Hi, welcome along to ArsenalFanTV. Just been doing some filming down here at Ball Street. I wanted to talk about the whole incident that happened at Tottenham Hotspur. Now, first of all, first thing I want to say is that I've been kind of really blown away by the response that I've had from Spurs fans to the video. I mean, just as a recap, you know that after the game, there's a couple of unfortunate incidents that happened. One of them I got racially abused. A couple of fans coming up back there calling me a black C, which I didn't like. And also I was very unhappy with some of this general security around the ground, and the reason why I really wanted to highlight that is that it was okay for me in the end because the police sort of took me away from the area and they done a great job in getting me out. But what about the ordinary fans that didn't have no police around them and that had to run the gauntlet of a hail of coins being thrown at them and abuse and people getting, sucker punched and stuff like that. So I really wanted to highlight that problem. Now, a couple of things has happened since everything's kicked off. First of all, as I said, I've had a lot of messages in the comments on the video. I've had emails, I've had tweets from Tottenham fans saying, Robbie, we ain't like that. We want to apologise for what happened. And I've said to loads of them, you haven't got to apologise because the ones that did the racial abuse, I know that that's a tiny, tiny, tiny minority of fans. Unfortunately, you get them. You even have some of them at Arsenal, right? So I know it's a tiny minority and, thank you to all those fans who've got in contact and I really appreciate that. I also got a telephone call this morning from the football club, from Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And I have to say, I was really grateful for that call. They called me directly, the communications department, and they said to me, listen, we saw what happened and we're not happy with what happened. And they first of all said to me that, they've instructed the police that if they find out who racially abused me, they will deal with them very, very harshly. So respect due to them for that. They also went on to say that, they're aware of sort of the problems with that little bottleneck where the Arsenal fans come out. Now, any Arsenal fan that goes to that game will know that when you come out of the ground, I think it's Park Lane, the road's called, you come down Park Lane, you turn left, right? You're heading up to Seven Sisters Road and you have to run a gauntlet of Tottenham fans on each side of the road, particularly a lot of them sort of by that pub and that, and it can be very, very, dangerous there. That's the right word to say it. And it was like that on Sunday. And, I know that there were a lot of fans that got into a lot of problems there. Now, what they were saying to me at Tottenham is that, listen, we know there's been problems there, but, obviously they're not going to be there next year. They're moving into Wembley next year for the next season. But when they return back with the new stadium, they've assured me that there's a lot of changes being made that those problems should be eradicated in the future. You're not going to have that bottleneck there no more, they said. And they also said that, they feel that it's going to be a completely different experience when you go to White Hart Lane. They also said to me that, the last thing they want is for fans to be coming there and thinking that it's a dangerous place to come, that they're going to eradicate that completely and that they're going to make it like a place where people are going to want to go to. So, and they spoke to me at length. They didn't just ring me and just pass it off and just, make a little quick call and say, yeah, it wasn't tokenism. It was a proper long call. It was a proper detailed call. It was a proper call with concern. And I have to say, I really, really appreciated that call from Tottenham Hotspur and the things that they said. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel a lot more encouraged now that this whole matter is going to be treated really, really seriously. The racism, they're very serious about it. And I could pick it up from the tone of the call that, as I said, it weren't tokenism. They were very, very serious about it. So I was really, encouraged by that. And what they said, which for me is even bigger than that, because, a couple of mindless idiots racially abusing me, that was horrible. But even bigger in a way, is the fact that fans year after year have gone down there and have found it. You know, Chelsea fans have told me the same thing, West Ham fans, they found it very sticky down there. But they're saying to me, the changes that they're going to make, we should not see that in the future when they move to the new White Hart Lane. So I feel a lot encouraged by it. I feel that there's some positives that have really come out of this whole thing. As I said to the guy that called me from Spurs, I said, I can't wish you luck for the rest of the season, but I really appreciate the call that you made. We love the rivalry. We love the rivalry between Arsenal and Spurs. I love the intensity of it. And I never, ever want that intensity to change. But all we want it to be is a safe experience. Nobody should be going to football and getting racially abused. Nobody should be going to football and hearing anti-Semitic chants, homophobic chants. Nobody should be going to football and their life is in danger. Not in 2017. You know what I mean? It's time for us. We want all the rivalry and all of that to be there, but in a safe way and in an enjoyable way. So I just wanted to give you an update of that. I'll say thank you to Tottenham Hotspur for getting in contact with me and explaining that. Thank you to the Tottenham Hotspur fans that have been in contact with me. Thank you to all the Arsenal fans that have supported me on this one. And let's hope that something really positive comes out of a negative with this. Thanks for watching ArsenalFanTV.